Looking for cheap NBA 2K MT coins or Madden coins? Head on over to buy2kmut.com for the cheapest coins online and use code CRUSH for 20% off your order. Link will be in the description.
What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video, and I hope you guys are doing well. But today we're going to be doing a Cleveland Cavaliers off-season realistic rebuild. So I said this the other day when we did the Warriors rebuild. We're all watching basketball. It's back. It's been fun. It's been great. But now I wanted to focus on the other 8 teams that aren't in the bubble, who are on the outside looking in, and kind of start rebuilding their team, see what we can do with them, because they have a lot to look forward to, whether it's getting a new coach, looking into the draft, free agency, all that sort of jazz. So today we're focusing on the Cavaliers. Before we get started with this rebuild, though, guys, we're trying to make this a record-breaking month. I'm going to try to ask you guys. There's like 63% of you out there watching this video right now who aren't subscribed. I'm asking you guys right now, hit that subscribe button. Trying to reach 15,000 subs before this month is over. It'd be absolutely extraordinary if we could do that. And of course, like usual, if you guys could hit that like button, let's go for 200 likes today on this realistic rebuild. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the rebuild. Cleveland Cavaliers. This one should be interesting because I have no idea what they're going to do in the draft. JB Bickerstaff is actually the Cavaliers coach in real life now, so I guess I'll just go ahead and hire him to be our head coach if I can find him. I don't know where he's at, but yeah, as I'm trying to look for JB Bickerstaff real quick, something that the Cavaliers need to think about is, if you guys didn't know, is that they will have a top pick in this draft, obviously, but they have a lot of guards already, and they might end up with the top 3 pick. If they had the chance, would they take LaMelo Ball, or would they just count on Colin Sexton and Darius Garland? I'm definitely intrigued and curious to see what the Cavaliers would do with those 2 options. You know, if I had to predict, I assume they would take LaMelo Ball just because he's supposed to be very talented and could be the best player in the draft. But Cleveland might think, you know what? We don't need him. And I just don't know what to do here. So draft summary, the Warriors take Anthony Edwards with the number 1 pick. All right, so we could take James Wiseman easily here, but we have Andre Drummond now. So I think it only makes sense if the Cavaliers, basically the Cavaliers are making a choice. Do you want to go with Colin Sexton and Darius Garland, or do you want to draft LaMelo Ball, draft a 3rd straight guard, and just because LaMelo Ball is supposed to be more talented than those 2, what do you do? I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to do in this situation. But if I was a GM of the Cavaliers, I'm taking LaMelo because it's going to draw attention to your team for one, and LaMelo is supposed to be very good. So I'm taking LaMelo Ball here, 9 times out of 10 for the Cavaliers. I think it only makes sense. Bring him into Cleveland, and I think it'll be Gucci, bro. I think it'll be great. And you could either trade Garland or you could trade Sexton. I assume they would trade Garland, or they could keep Garland off the bench. Drummond is 1000% accepting this player option in real life. I'm going to re-sign him just because I definitely think he's not declining that money, because I don't think Drummond, obviously Drummond wasn't worth that much money, or wasn't worth that much on the open market, because in the trades, the Pistons only got Brandon Knight and a 2nd round pick. Oh, and John Henson. But they essentially got a 2nd round pick for Andre Drummond. So Andre Drummond obviously is not very valuable on the open market. So he's probably going to accept his player option, but I guess I'll give him a big deal. So we have LaMelo and Garland now. We have Colin Sexton and Exum. We have Osman and Porter. We still have Kevin Love to worry about. And then, of course, like I said, I feel like Drummond is definitely going to stay there. They're going to sign him back, and that's going to be their team, basically. And then they're going to want to find a trade for Kevin Love. Essentially, if I wanted to trade Kevin Love realistically here, the Trailblazers always seemed like a realistic option. They want to give me Nurkic, but obviously the Blazers wouldn't give up Nurkic for that. A Whiteside deal would have made sense at the trade deadline, but it just didn't happen. So I just don't really know where Kevin Love's going to go. I'll probably end up trading him at the trade deadline, but for now, he'll probably be my power forward going to this first season. And at the trade deadline, we'll try to figure out what to do with K Love. Some team that's contending can definitely buy him. And yeah, we'll go from there. So Garland, also another option. I don't know what to do with him. You could always just have him be a backup point guard. Maybe you could run LaMelo, Garland, and Sexton at the same time at times if you want to do something like that. LaMelo is tall enough to play the 3. So maybe you can do something like that at times, but obviously I don't think you should start out with that. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think? Should the Cavaliers count on Garland and Sexton, or if they have the opportunity, should they take LaMelo Ball? You guys will have to let me know down in the comment section below. But other than that, season number 1 should be interesting. Trade deadline should be interesting as well. So we definitely need to make our way to the trade deadline. That way we can trade Kevin Love. This is essentially the most realistic trade that I can find in the trade finder right now. And that's this trade. So Kevin Love and Jeremy Lin to the Heat for Gary Harris and Kelly Olynyk's. Basically, Kelly Olynyk's an expiring contract, so he could just walk after the season, or I could just buy him out. Either way, it really doesn't matter. Gary Harris is 26 and at least could maybe be something for us, but I'm not counting on it, obviously. But at the end of the day, we are just moving on from Kevin Love, and that should be the Cavaliers' goal, to move on. We need to move on from K Love. I don't want him here. Despite us being 33 and 17 right now, Kevin Love is just not the wave, and I don't want him in Cleveland anymore as the GM of this team right now. I have no idea why Gary Harris is on the Miami Heat. Don't ask me why, but I'm doing this trade regardless. So let's go back to that trade. And we're going to move on from Kevin Love, and we're taking on Gary Harris's salary. And now our roster is looking like this. So we have LaMelo, Sexton, Kevin Porter, Larry Nance, Drummond, Gary Harris, Kelly Olynyk, Garland, and Osman. So yeah, definitely not too shabby. Gary Harris is going to be a nice little bench player for us moving forward. A little bit of expensive bench piece, but it's not like any free agents that are coming to Cleveland anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. Maybe he could develop into something nice here, maybe a nice sixth man, who knows. But regardless, Kevin Love is gone. Now we can kind of move on with our lives and keep rebuilding this team. At the end of season number 1, we ended up going 47 and 35, which is actually pretty good for this Cleveland team. I mean, LaMelo led the way with 19 and 8. I'm not too shocked. Ricky Rubio was your sixth man, Kawhi Leonard's defensive player, and Ben Simmons most improved. Very nice. Brett Brown, coach of the year as well. So here's your all-NBA first team. All-NBA second. We're not going to have anybody on here, obviously, but we will get LaMelo on the all-rookie team, which is awesome to see. Edwards makes all-rookie for the Warriors as well. And we were the 6th seed in the East. So, I mean, the fact that we even made the playoffs is kind of incredible. But we had 19 from Sexton, so very nice. Out of Colin Sexton, we had LaMelo with 19 and 8. So very nice. Drummond 15 and 16. Obviously, Drummond doing his thing. And for some reason, Dylan Windler averaged 15 points. I have no idea why. He wasn't even in the rotation. I don't understand that. Kevin Porter 11. Garland had 9 and 4 off the bench. Larry Nance 8. Gary Harris with 8. And Olynyk with 8. So you know what? Just maybe, though, getting Gary Harris's salary could maybe attach. We can attach Garland and make some kind of big trade. You never know, man. We'll have to see what we can come up with. But we kind of need a forward at this point, and we get eliminated in 6. I'm not too shocked. But, yeah, we need a forward, power forward, small forward. We'll kind of have to see what's out there, what's available. But let's go straight to the draft lottery and kind of just see what we can get. So we don't get lucky here. If I go to staff signing, I'm going to keep everything the same other than getting a trainer, obviously. And we'll keep JB Bickerstaff because we just made the playoffs, so might as well keep him by rewarding him with the head coaching job. If I go to team intel, if there's a team that's selling potentially like a really good forward like Jaren Jackson, maybe a team that needs a point guard like Garland. We got Bam Adebayo, not really a forward. Parker. Let's see what else we got out here. Julius Randle could be an option on the Knicks potentially. You got the Lakers, AD, that's not happening. Aaron Gordon, yeah, that could be a thing. There's also Jonathan Isaac, but I believe he's a free agent. You got Chris Stapps, that's not going to happen. Jeremy Grant, Nikola Jokic, Okongwu Sabonis. I mean, it would be interesting. The Cavaliers could find a way to pry Sabonis from the Pacers. I just don't know if that's even a thing that would happen. I doubt it, but you never know. Siakam on the Raptors. You know, at this point, I'm kind of looking for a star that's maybe upset and kind of wants out of his situation, but I'm just not really thinking of anybody that fits that. Like, there's Wiggins, obviously, someone who was drafted to Cleveland. We could go for an Andrew Wiggins at the small forward spot. Maybe that could be something. It could make some sense if we wanted to do something like that. We could also go to Chris Middleton, Giannis, Otto Porter, Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen could be unhappy sooner or later. Who knows? Kawhi, Bobby Portis. So yeah, the one that made the most realistic sense to me was Wiggins, but I don't really know if I want to trade for Wiggins, to be honest. We do have a 23rd pick in this draft. I'll probably let CPU take wherever they want. They took Puff Johnson. Player options, we're going to accept everybody. Qualifying offers, we got Matt Mooney, Dean Wade, free agents, and then free agency. We have Kelly Olynyk as a free agent and Dante Exum, which I have no interest in bringing either of them back. So if I just, curiosity, if I threw Garland and Gary Harris in the trade finder, what pops up? Karis LeVert, like Sabonis. That definitely could be a really nice trade. Russell Westbrook pops up from the Rockets. Okay. Andrew Wiggins, another one I was talking about, but I don't want to give up that much. If I'm going to give up that much, How old is Sabonis at this point? Sabonis makes sense to me because we do need a power forward. He's 25. The Pacers weren't that good this season. Let me see, because they weren't that good. So I'm trying to justify this. So they were rebuilding. They weren't that good. Yeah, you know what? Let's do something like that. So let's go to Indiana and let's try to get Sabonis. Why not? Because sooner or later, the Pacers are going to have to make a decision between Miles Turner and Sabonis. They'll most likely choose Sabonis over the alternative, but I'm taking Sabonis because I don't really want Miles Turner. So Sabonis. If I threw you Gary Harris, and also I threw you, I guess I could throw Garland in a situation. I might be able to get away with not throwing Garland. If I give you like Osman, no, they can't do that. Okay, so that's a little too much money. If I gave you Weinler, no, not Weinler. This is gonna have to be a good trade. So Kevin Porter, although I like Kevin Porter here. So honestly, we don't really need Garland for the future. What was the original trade? Let me just go back to the original trade, and I think we're just gonna do that trade. So Gary Harris and Garland, and let's do that trade. So they want to give me Jeremy Lamb. I have to give up a first round pick. So we give up Gary Harris, Garland, a first round pick, and we get Sabonis and Jeremy Lamb. Why not? Let's start making this team good. So we get a good power forward to replace. Okay, I like that. I mean, the spacing isn't the greatest with Drummond and Sabonis, but we'll try to make it work. We got Osman, Kevin Porter still here. Sexton, now Jeremy Lamb can drop or can back up Colin Sexton. We got LaMelo, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we could use a backup center. So let me go look the market. We go like Daniel Tyus. Jakob Poeltl is out here, only wants 10 million. That could be something. I'll get Jakob Poeltl, could be a nice backup center for us. Actually, you know what? He wants a little bit too much money. There's Tony Bradley who doesn't want that much. Frank Kaminsky. Let me offer Tony Bradley. He's a little bit cheaper. All right, let me decline and go with Tony Bradley instead. Okay. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, I think we're ready. Set in stone for season number 2. We got Sabonis this offseason. That could definitely be a nice fit here. We needed a forward. I'm still definitely looking at the small forward market. Something to keep an eye on. There's Josh Hart who's out here at the small forward spot. Definitely nice. Like somebody definitely I could have on this team. Why not? And we can always trade Osman if we wanted to. Osman might develop into a really good player for the Cavaliers as well, though. So, other than that, guys, this is going to be our team going into season number 2. I'm liking how it's shaping up. Not too shabby whatsoever. If I do stop at the trade deadline, which I might make some kind of crazy trade at the trade deadline just to make us even better, I'll let you know. But for right now, I think we're ready to get back in the playoffs again. For season number 2, we get a 54-win season under our belt, which is very awesome. You know, obviously compared to where we used to be for this Cavaliers team, we were on the outside looking in, had the second to the worst record in the NBA. It looks like Nikola Vucevic is back in Philly. Interesting. Defensive Player of the Year goes with Kawhi. So the Eastern Conference is going to be tough to win a championship in this video. And Coach of the Year goes to JB Bickerstaff. All right, interesting. Here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and All-NBA third team. So we were the second seed in the East, and we get to play Kawhi. So we have Giannis and Kawhi to deal with, and Kevin Durant. 3 of the best top 5 players, if I say, in the East, or in the NBA entirely. We had 25 from LaMelo and 10, and Sexton with 22. So obviously I want to keep these guys together. LaMelo is tall enough to guard shooting guards, and Colin Sexton can guard point guards, whatever. And then Kevin Porter with 14, Drummond had 13, Sabonis with a nice 10 and 10, Jeremy Lamb with 11 off the bench, Tony Bradley not too shabby as well off the bench, 8 and 7, not too bad at all. Larry Nance, Osman, and Josh Hart. Definitely might have to get Josh Hart some more minutes next season, but we'll see. Other than that, we are playing the Bulls, like I said, which they did have Kawhi, so that could be something to look out for. They have Cole Anthony as well. So yeah, we'll have to kind of see if we can beat them, but we sweep them. Okay, I was a little nervous, but we absolutely sweep the Chicago Bulls, and now we're playing the Atlanta Hawks. So we have Trey, Kevin Huerter, Hunter, Collins, Whiteside, Capella, Wiseman. Jesus, look at that 3-headed monster center trio. You got Christian Wood, Marquise Chris. How many centers do you need? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your rotation. That's kind of insane. A little top heavy. Let's see if we can beat them. And we sweep them. And now we get to play Philadelphia. Philadelphia upsets the Bucks. Why is Vucevic on the 76ers? I'm curious. It looks like they traded Tobias Harris and got Nikola Vucevic, I assume. So basically, Tobias is back in Orlando and Vucevic is back in Philly. So interesting. Kind of interesting, at least. All right. Semi-current round against Philadelphia, and we win in 6 games, and we are in the NBA Finals already, ladies and gentlemen. And now we get to play the Dallas Mavericks. So we have Brunson, Luka, Finney-Smith, Kleba, Porzingis, Seth Curry, and his Cantor Dwight Powell. Are we going to win a championship here? And just like that, we win a championship. LaMelo Ball brings the Cavaliers back to glory. And just like that, I got to end this video off with saying, Cleveland, this is for you. LeBron is in the background. Yeah, I'm doing it right. As you can tell, LeBron James. So just like that, guys, we won a championship for Cleveland post LeBron James era, pretty much. I mean, they've been post LeBron James era, but yeah, LaMelo Ball in Cleveland. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think the Cavaliers? I asked you guys at the beginning, but I'm going to say it again. Do you guys think the Cavaliers should draft LaMelo, or should they just stick with Kevin or Darius Garland and Colin Sexton and go elsewhere? Whether it's Edwards, Obi Toppin, Wiseman, whatever is at their disposal. Let me know what you guys think. Also, make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, we're trying to reach 15K by the end of the month. That is my goal. Thank you guys for watching. I very much appreciate it. Other than that, I'm going to head out. We're going to have, I think, if I can remember what team it is. What team are we doing next? I can't remember what team it is. It's going to be a Western Conference team. I think, if not mistaken, I think it's the Timberwolves that are next as we're doing. I think it's the Timberwolves. I could be wrong. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.